I always remind my students to focus on the things that they love doing most instead of the amount of money that they will earn in the future.
Hi guys, welcome sa the new Noypi channel. Again, our guest for today, actually very timely siya. This is what I want you to siguro be familiarized with this kind of industry or scene. With all the quarantine that happened and yung work from home setup, this freelancing, pagiging virtual assistant or remote work is what we need today. Our guest for today, actually she's Miss Lim-Cabradilla. Let's all welcome Miss Kathy. Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Kian. Thank you
Hello,
for
ma'am.
having me.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And good afternoon. It's a Saturday. So to start off with, Ma'am Kathy, siguro ma'am, bigyan mo kami on your background. Where did you start or ano yung ginagawa mo before you entered into, let's say, the freelancing scene or itong work from home setup?
All right. Thank you, Kian. My name is Kathy Lim-Cabradilla. I'm working as a virtual assistance coach for Filipino virtual assistants, and I'm handling freelancing course, social media in-depth course, and I'm also a trainer. I created a Facebook ad marketing course. So before I became a freelancer, I used to work for a local social media client. I worked as a part-time mystery shopper. So that was like 5 years ago. And then eventually I was actually engaged with different businesses. So it's really more on the marketing side of the online world. So I've been doing this for like 5 years already. And currently I am affiliated with Filipino Virtual Assistant. So I am physically located in Cavite. Right now I'm in Imus in one of the co-working spaces here. It's an ideal space.
Ma'am, you said before na you were a mystery shopper. So this was before you doing itong talaga mga freelancing work.
Yes.
So yun yung parang pinaka naging physical work mo ba at that time?
No, actually it was a freelance work. It was I was an evaluator. I was involved with Bear International, so I was an auditor with different local shops here. So that was the start of my freelance journey. So I started as a freelance evaluator, and then later on I became a freelance property consultant, freelance insurance, financial advisor. Then I was involved with mass marketing. Then eventually land to a local client that really made me decide to focus on social media strategies, branding strategies, and then came up with in-depth for Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm. So let's siguro ma'am, let's give our viewers kumbaga, the definition of the freelancer. Kasi maraming siguro misconceptions with regard to freelancing. Ano ba yung freelancer?
Actually, from the word freelance, it's basically you are doing side gig, project base, or like free. You're not really tied up to a company for an 8 to 5 job. You're basically doing different clients, freelance. So it can be freelance project, freelance design, freelance writing, freelance. So that's the main idea of being a freelancer. Now, the good thing about being a freelancer is that you are not limiting yourself to get clients. At the same time, this is not the regular 8 to 5 setting wherein you need to go to a certain office. So most of the time, being a freelancer, you just need to do reporting through the power of internet and of course with your computer. So that's the word freelance. That's how freelancer works.
Mm-hmm.
So it has somehow similarity with being a home-based worker, or when we say remote worker, because there are people who are currently employed and working as remote workers, but they are tied up to a local or foreign client wherein they need to work straight 8 hours or 9 hours within their shift. Okay, but when you work as a freelance, that simply means that you are doing it flexibly. You don't have a certain schedule.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And katulad na nabanggit mo kanina, Miss Kathy, with the freelancer or pagiging a freelance, it's as if you have a lot of skills that you can cater as a service, you can get a lot of clients pala. So
Yes.
that's the beauty of freelancing. So instead of, let's say, you're a regular employee with an 8 to 5 work, well, you get paid for that 8 to 5. But if you're, even though you have a lot of skills, even though you're good with creatives or management, or even you're into finance, but if
Mhm.
that's your work, that's fixed. Pero if you're freelance pala, if you have a lot of skills that you can cater as a service, and you have been able to get clients for that specific service, then wow, got a lot of
That's
jobs.
different pay.
That's different pay. Oh, yes.
Yes.
So, what's your first client, and how did you able to land yung clients? I guess it's here and abroad.
Well, actually, everyone can be a freelancer. Like, even if you're a high school graduate, college graduate, even if you have a master, well, it's not going to be the basis, or it's not going to be a guarantee that you'll get a wonderful client. It's always your capability, your attitude, and the way you present yourself. So I am inviting everyone to, be confident with whatever skills you have, because you can start with whatever computer skills you have. Like, if you're good in designing, if you're good in writing, if you're good in editing, if you're too good in the technical side, like if you're good in technical support or IT, or you're into web development, or you're into app development, programming, customer service, anything that has something to do with your computer can be part of your services as a freelancer. All right. So when I started, as I said earlier, I was really involved with the marketing and sales. I have been doing this for the past like 15 years. I've been into business, to sales, to marketing. That's why I was able to really understood the transition from being into the corporate world, selling, marketing, the old-fashioned way, up until it upgrade to the digital. Now that we are all facing this new normal, it is very good time for you as well to learn digital marketing, since all businesses need to upgrade, needs to venture to the digital world. They need to upscale their marketing to social media, to websites, to email marketing, to funnels, and explore this digital thing in order for their business to really shoot up while we are all under pandemic.
Let's say, for example, ako, I'm a newbie with regard to the freelance work or the remote work. How can I get started? So let's say eager ako na I have free time. I have siguro from the morning I have 2 hours, 4 hours. In the evening or in the afternoon I have another 4 hours. Um, how can I start?
Actually, there are a lot of ways for you to get started. Now, if you are a newbie and you have ways to learn, like you have a lot of time, free time, to look at different resources and go for self-paced learning, you can just go to YouTube and see how will you be able to create portfolio or profile with different platforms so you can expose your services. So that's one way to expose and start creating profile. Since you are a newbie, you will need to make sure that you create a good foundation of your online presence. Examples are, Upwork, online jobs, Hubstuff, Outsourcely. Those are websites who whom those are websites that we use if we want to get clients. All right. So what you need to do is, of course, create a username and a password, dress up your profile, include all your skills, your experience, your everything that that would serve as your online resume. And then later on, clients, can directly look into your portfolio and invite you for a job if you are qualified or fit to whatever their requirement is. So that's one way to get clients. Another way is for you to, just like what I've said earlier, digital marketing. You can slowly create your profile as a freelancer, like create a social media site or a website that you sell your services, put everything, website, your portfolios, every work that you did in the past, you can include it as part of your branding. And then later on, clients can, browse your websites and get your services directly without going through platforms.
Miss Kathy, would you advise then yung if I go into, let's say, Facebook groups that let's say, for example, they're in need of freelancers or virtual assistants, will also be that a one option if I can land, or if I'm looking to land a client?
Yes, you can also try different Facebook groups. However, of course, there are no guarantee that you will be dealing with a legitimate client. Because as we know, if there are opportunities online, there are scammers online as well. So we still need to be vigilant. We still need to be careful and cautious on dealing with legitimate and scammers thing. But if you are, resourceful enough to look at the online presence of that certain client, then it's also okay to, give it a try as long as you don't need to pay anything to get started, as long as you don't really put so much effort and then at the end they'll say, okay, sorry, you're not qualified. But then, it was just part of the trial task and also that's one of the most common mistakes of those who are really in need of work. I always suggest those who are looking for opportunities, those who are looking for immediate client, because I know the pressure of having income immediately. I suggest to take it one step at a time. You will get there if you are ready. So invest on your skills first, invest on your learning, invest on putting up your foundation as a freelancer. So take time to create your own portfolio, take time to dress up everything, and be confident when you speak to your clients. So even if you're a newbie, even if you don't have experience working with online jobs, if the clients saw that you have really good communication skills and you present yourself properly, you deal with them professionally, then there is really a bigger chances for you to get that client.
When you say you're, let's say, onboarding clients, will it be, or would you suggest to have a local clients first, let's say, kapwa Filipino, or would you rather go for, let's say, since it's a remote work or a freelance work, I would go to try to get clients from abroad because the rate is much, let's say, sabihin na natin, attractive.
Well, it actually depends on the VA or the freelancer. If you think your confidence level can really match up the client's expectation, go for international clients, especially now that we need money. Okay, that's the beauty of being a freelancer. You have options to deal with Filipino clients or foreign clients. If you think you need more money, then go for the dollar. Just make sure that you also upgrade your skills. If you think you have some difficulties dealing with foreign clients because of your communication language barrier, then maybe it's time for you to invest more on learning, practice, pronunciation, grammar, just so at least, your value will be much more than what you really expect. So instead of just, earning extra $5 to $7 or extra 5,000 to 7,000 peso for a local client, then you can probably earn 15 to 30,000 for a foreign client. So it's always, you always have flexible, choices once you enter the freelancing world. It's all up to you. It's all up how you need the budget, how you need the time. That's the beauty of it. You have flexible time, you have flexible, what do you call this, and opportunities in terms of earnings. If you just look at this opportunity as part-time, like you just need extra to pay your bills or you just need extra to pay your loans, or are you looking this as an opportunity where it can change your life, it can give you a brand new house, it can give you a business, it can give you a car. So it's all up to you. But what I really love most about this opportunity is it already happened to a lot of freelancers out there. There are more than 2 million freelancers in the Philippines that that is really experiencing changes in their lives. So there are opportunities waiting for you. And I can assure you that there are a lot of clients and opportunities waiting. It's just that they're waiting for you to become ready. They're waiting for your skills to be ready. So you just really need to adapt to changes and go for digital upgrade.
Let's say, for example, I'm already into one or first or second month of my freelancer work, and I saw na merong attractive um, hinahanap si clients. Let's say, for example, a Facebook marketing or a Facebook ad manager, or let's say a content creator. Where can I get those skills back? Is there a venue for I can enroll myself into? Is there a community that I should tap? Or is there any website that I should know of para magkaroon ako nung necessary skills that I have?
Well, actually, working as a freelancer or once you started getting to the online world, I always remind my students to focus on the things that they love doing most instead of the amount of money that they will earn in the future. All right. So once you explore the digital world, you need to really know your interests. You need to know what are the things that would make you happy. Like if you love designing, if you love writing, if you think you love marketing, then that's the time that you can really hone your skills based on what you love doing most. And with Filipino virtual assistants, we are offering paid courses, though we also have free courses, but of course you will need to manually check it on our YouTube channels and our webinars.
I'll
But
link them below.
currently we have, all right, yeah,
Sure.
sorry, click the link below to check our 18. We have 18 courses available from newbies to being seasoned freelancer and getting into different in-depth courses. You can enroll and learn more about the digital marketing world because it's really a huge industry. And personally, I love marketing. I am really into sales and marketing even back then. That's why I was able to really apply what I have learned and what I have experienced so that other people won't commit the same mistake. Personally, I spent almost 500,000 just for me to go in depth the side of advertising, especially for Facebook, because you need to really pay so much money so you understand how they works, how the audience are responding, how the demographics are, being analyzed and all that. So there, you have options to enroll to different courses or you can even check free resources. There are lots as well. But if you have the money, if you want to make it faster, of course, I would always recommend you to enroll to Filipino virtual assistants, and I will be able to help you go through your journey.
And yeah, guys, just to add with Miss Kathy, the beauty of having or getting a course and be engaged in a Facebook community, um, it takes a lot of hassle and pressure sa inyo kasi there's someone you can talk to, you can ask, or you can get tips, even the small details. So, tama si Miss Kathy, it takes it takes you faster doon sa yung goal of landing a client and even making this as a full time. And Miss Cathy, I just wanted to ask din siguro. You said yung Filipino virtual assistants is kumbaga, it's a community of virtual assistants or virtual assistants here in the Philippines. Pero with the issue of this BIR ba, does it siguro ba affect yung mga VAs natin or freelancers because you get to I think mag-register ka and magpa-file ba ako. So ano yung maibibigay nating tips for our listeners?
Well, actually, for those aspiring freelancers, those aspiring virtual assistants, I want you guys to take this seriously as part of your business. It's a home based business, and if you want to make it legal and if you want to really prosper big, then we need to follow the government compliance. It's very easy, just like the regular opening of a business. You need to go through the DTI, and as far as I know, it was March when they announced that no need for you to get mayor's permit anymore, since everyone is do online selling. Then just go through the process of getting DTI and register your freelancing business or virtual assistance business in BIR, so that in the future this will be beneficial for you as well, since you will be getting ITRs and you will need it for your financial documentation. All right. So don't be afraid with BIR filing taxes, because once you start earning as a freelancer, that tax will be very minimum since you will be earning dollars. And the good thing about it is you can actually declare the amount of money that you will earn for your BIR compliance. So you can declare whatever amount that that's comfortable with you, and that's the only time that you need to, pay for the certain tax. So
So yeah, tama.
it's always good to practice, um, practice and go through the right process.
So I really like that statement mo, Miss Kathy, na if this is what you want to do for the, let's say, for full time, better to have it settled na properly, so that later on, when it's already big, you have already onboarded big clients, you have a very good foundation. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's correct.
Because
And
this can actually change people's lives. Like, this is not just the fly by night company. If you are really starting your business right, then why will you be afraid of com- um, of going through the right process, since it's going to be a long term business, and this will just be the start of your journey? Then let's do it the right way.
mhm. And siguro one more thing na lang din, Miss Kathy, I think um you've come across this question a lot of times already, since we're targeting clients that are abroad. Medyo siyempre, some other Filipinos, I'm not comfortable with speaking in English. So is it possible ba to have it all um, para magka-chat lang kami, or is it possible na merong sasalo sa akin during the negotiation process, or is there any trainings for that? Let's say yung communication, or how can I siguro level up my skills when it comes to communication, kasi I'm also part of the some uh, Facebook communities na in need of VAs. So they're foreigners, and what I normally get is, or what I normally come across with their comments is, Filipinos are very hardworking. Talaga naman. They even said na they're loyal once you got them on board with your team. They're very loyal, even to the out of the job description ginagawa ng mga Filipino virtual assistants. However, they noticed na some of the Filipino virtual assistants are afraid to ask, to confirm if the instruction is correct, or just to double check if they're still on page with what's the goal and what's the, let's say siguro yung tiny details of the task. So how can we help yung ating mga viewers na gustong maging Filipino virtual assistant, and also those who are already a Filipino
All
virtual
right.
assistant?
Well, at first, you need to gauge yourself. What are the things that I'm good at, and what are the things that I think I need to improve on? If I'm good currently in computer skills, if I'm good with administrative and technical skills, I'm really good at, but I'm having some difficulties with my communication skills, then probably it's time for you to acknowledge your weakness by simply saying, okay, I need to improve on this part, and slowly create a plan to improve. Okay, especially if you want to earn much money. Of course, it pays to invest more about yourself. It pays to learn and upgrade your skills. Personally, I am active with Toastmasters International. So I am part of Imus Wagayway Toastmasters Club. It is an organization where we are helping people with communication, leadership skills, and we are helping them to do improvement in terms of their speaking skills, writing skills, because this is an organization where you are involved with speaking. You know, there are path that you need to go through, and then you will improve the way you speak, the way you organize your thoughts. So it it is a good exposure for those who have plans of improving their communication skills. So that's one way. Okay, if you have time, if you have time, you can check out Imus Wagayway Toastmasters. I'm part of the club. I am one of the club mentors there. So you can inquire and check how can you be part of the Toastmasters International Club. Another way is once you know that you need to improve on this certain part, like example, your confidence, your pronunciation, your grammar, everything that you think you need to improve on, you need to list down everything, and then try to come up with a plan on how will you slowly overcome this fear. Like if you think you have problems with um, pronunciation, then it's time for you to practice. What are the things that I have some difficulties? Like, am I having difficulties with letter S, with F and P, or with um, V and B? So you need to know those small details just so at least you can also, evaluate yourself. How did I improve for the last 3 months? All right. And then if you think you have some difficulties talking to client, then initially you need to come up with a script. Memorize your script, like you try to try to read it more than 10 times, 20 times, and try to record yourself in front of a mirror or using your camera, and then evaluate yourself. Am I satisfied with my own video? Right? That's one of the things that you can do in order to overcome whatever challenges you have in terms of speaking and communicating with client. As I've said earlier, if you want to earn big, you can. However, it's not gonna happen like in a single snap. There is a process, and you need to go through the process. If you really want to earn big, if you want to earn 6 digits in freelancing, it is possible. However, it won't if you won't help yourself. If you want to earn big, if you want to earn 6 digit, 100,000 in the next 6 months, is it possible? Yes. How? You need to get foreign client. So how will you get that? How will you do it? Right? So you can earn 6 digit with local client, but it's not going to be 6 months. It might take you 2 years, the longer, because of the conversion rate. So you always need to, look at your checklist. What's your goal? How am I going to accomplish these goals? How can I help myself? What's my timeline? So it always goes back to you. How will you help yourself? All right?
So yeah, I remember lang while you were saying that, Miss Kathy, yung sinabi ni Jim Rohn na the best investment that you can make is investment in yourself. So it all boils down to you. So how can you be valuable? Then invest in yourself. So in a lot of ways. So siguro
Exactly,
last.
and that's what we always practice with Filipino virtual assistants. We started with newbies. We want everyone to be trained with their technical skills, but eventually we slowly teach them on how to improve and how to increase their rate, because we don't want them to end up with $3, because when you start as a newbie, you can earn as $3 per hour. But after 6 months, we don't want you to be stuck in $3. We want you to at least upgrade to $10 per hour or even $15 per hour. But of course, you need to do your part. You need to upscale, you need to upgrade, you need to improve, you need to help yourself.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. So that's one thing, guys, no? If you want to get a bigger clients, onboard the bigger clients, you have to invest in yourself because sino ba yung gagawa or sino yung mag-achieve ng goals mo? It's also you, eh. So you have to invest really on yourself. And there are a lot of paid and free courses, paid and free courses sa internet that you can check. Mhm.
Yes.
And last siguro, stepping into this new normal, Miss Cathy, ano yung tingin mo mangyayari with the our employment here in the Philippines and also the status of the freelancer and or freelancing and being a Filipino virtual assistant dito sa Philippines?
Well, honestly, with regard to the employment rate, this is really a global recession that the world is facing right now. And in reality, there is nothing that we can do. Even if you cry out loud, even if you uh, shout out your emotions, there is nothing that we can do about it. We all know that the new normal is really because of our the pandemic, the COVID-19 situation, right? So with regard to the employment rate, this is just the start of the dilemma for Filipinos. But looking at the good side of it, this is also one way for you to, improve yourself and start upgrading your skills, computer skills. Like I remember posting this quote that I read or I heard from someone else, where this pandemic, it teaches us to be advanced in terms of the digital literacy in 10 years. Like if you are just starting to learn about email, starting to learn about messenger, this pandemic pushes us to go beyond the simple and basic computer skills. This is pushing us to go in depth, learn more advanced for your own sake. And I know that most of the people who lost their jobs, this is an open door for you to start looking at the option of working from home, just so at least you won't feel the traffic 2 to 3 hours going and I mean before your shift and after your shift it gives you another 3 hours. So look at the idea of working from home, spending more time with your family, getting more clients.
Mhm.
So the universe is simply asking you to get out of your comfort zone, because
Correct.
most of the corporate workers, they won't really see the opportunity unless they are pushed by the universe,
Mhm.
right? So now that we are all facing the new normal, it's always good to be positive, that even if one door closed, I know that there are lots of windows opening for us. And as long as you have faith and God is with you will never fear, you will never feel that you are lost. Just hold on, because God is preparing something big for you and for your family. Just really need to trust. And if you are hearing small voices, listen and act. Do something about it, because that small voices is a simple reminder and a message that may really help you change your life, change the way you think about life, and it will also help you build a wonderful relationship with the Lord. So I guess with this new normal, it is somehow challenging for some, but let's all move on and accept that this is it for the next 6 months, 1 year, even 2 years or 3 years. So what's up? So what are the next few steps that you need to do? Are you going to be, stuck, or you going to move up?
Actually, my personal take with or nung nag-start yung ECQ was, if you come out of this ECQ or the lockdown, same person as you entered it, then it's a wasted opportunity, this ECQ, because I see it as an opportunity
It
in a
is.
lot
It
of
is.
ways, with your family relationship, with your spirituality, with your skills and yourself, and taking into different opportunities that are just laying somewhere else. So let's take this opportunity and be more skillful after this.
So for those of you who are still in doubt, or still, trying to look for opportunities, don't be afraid to get into the new normal. Get out of your comfort zone, because there are people, there are businesses, there are opportunities waiting for you. You just really need to be prepared, you need to be equipped, you need to be skilled, and you need to be professional enough to deal with clients. But with the new normal, I know that this is really something good for everyone. It's time for us to stand up and rock and roll with the digital world.
Thank you, Miss Cathy. And where can they follow you? And for the Facebook community and the Filipino virtual assistant, where can they follow you? Para
All
lang
right, well, I
lang.
have social media pages. You can check me out through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, a Filipino Virtual Assistants Coaching by Kathy Cabradilla. So I am again affiliated with Filipino Virtual Assistants, and we have 18 courses available. You can also check out Online Freelancer Community. I am the founder of that community, wherein I am conducting different free webinars and doing with a lot of tutorials in that group. So I also have a YouTube channel. You may want to check that out. It's
Yeah.
Kathy Lim-Cabradilla on this link.
Mhm. So guys, please check all the links below. I'll put it here in the description box. And Miss Kathy, thank you so much. It's been such valuable and insightful interview. Maraming salamat, and hopefully we'll catch up siguro probably soon.
Yes,
Thank
of
you.
course. You're welcome. I hope that you were able to learn something from today. I wish you all good luck and God bless. Bye.